getting back into this YouTube predictions, breakdowns and stuff, but as many as you know, I am operating a paid service now, rather than giving free bets and free pre-fight tips out and stuff. So yeah, if you're interested in membership, it's £15 for silver, which includes pre-fight betting tips, and it's $25 monthly for gold, which includes full card predictions, live betting tips and pre-fight betting tips. So we've had two events, 2 profitable nights. So if you want to get on board, just look in the bio, and DM me across over on Twitter. I can get you aboard. Alright, so I'm gonna try and keep this less than 20 minutes. It's gonna be hard, but yeah. So first fight of the night, Nathaniel Wood versus John Castaneda. Actually haven't done much tape on John Castaneda. I know he's part of the Mexican scene, but I just think that Nathaniel Wood has too much for Castaneda here. I think it's sort of set up as a rebound fight for Nathaniel Wood, which is reflected in his odds. He's 2-9 right now. I couldn't play that personally, but expect him to get it done. I don't know. Castaneda's durable, so I can see Nathaniel Wood submitting him, but I'm not sure. Maybe decision, submission or decision. Nathaniel Wood, I think he wins this one pretty easily. Next fight, Ramazan Ami versus Nicolas Stolze. What can I say about Ami? He's very good. He just has a tendency to get his legs beat up. Rocco Martin did it in the last fight, but he's one of the guys that came up over across the M1 circuit. He is good. He's better than Stolze. Stolze doesn't even have a fight in the UFC. We know statistically speaking, fighters making their UFC debut have less of a chance of winning by a significant margin. The fight is sort of reflected in the odds, 1-4. As I say, I think Amiv wins, most likely by decision. Next fight, interesting one, Jake Collier versus Piani Khamzat. I initially saw the odds for this fight, which were 10-11 each, so around picking, minus 110 for both of them. I thought Khamzat was a good bet there. It's a very solid price. The odds have moved drastically. Let me just check. Yeah, 4-6. Nah, this is a live bet fight for me. Khamzat probably has a better overall boxing, but if you watch Collier's fights, she always makes fights the people who stand up with her very competitive. They always end up playing into her game. She outstruck Aldana in round 1, which is interesting, before Aldana got the sub. She outstruck Sujara Eubanks in round 2 and 3. I mean, she's not as bad as you think. I just think she can make this a gritty fight and potentially, maybe steal 2 rounds of Khamzat, but I must say I do like Khamzat to win it. I just think I couldn't play her at those such a high favourite odds right now, personally, but I would have played her at 10-11, definitely, but not now, not anymore. She probably has a better overall boxing game. She's going to use her length and reach. I think she's probably going to win by decision, to be honest. So next fight, Tanner Boser versus Rafael Pessoa. Boser, we've seen him starch Felipe Lentz in his last fight. He's good. He has good striking. He's very durable, as you've seen in the Gant fight. He has good leg kicks. He has some leg kick TKOs, which is interesting. He fought in the Russian circuit and stuff. He's legit. Rafael Pessoa, it's hard to get a read on this guy, whether he's actually good or not. Personally, I don't think he's as good as Boser. He has that decision win over Jeff Hughes, which isn't really that impressive. Jeff Hughes, he's not that good. Gets submitted by Cyril Gane, who's a freak, but still. Pessoa's sort of low output, decent boxing, nothing on the level of Boser. I think Boser probably outpoints him for decision win or knocks him out. But yeah, Bozer's my pick here. Mike Grundy versus Movsar Evloev. I'm a big fan of Evloev. I like him. Now Barzola's a guy who has very good takedown defense, and Evloev took him down at will, basically. And he has increasingly good stand-up. Mike Grundy, I mean, he did win gold medal at the Commonwealth Games in freestyle wrestling, but you know, there still is levels to MMA wrestling. I just think Evloev's the better overall MMA wrestler. I mean, he's got a submission loss to Damian Staszak. That's never good. I think Mike Grundy's stand-up has came a long way. I do rate him. I just don't think he's good enough for Evloev. There's levels to this. I expect Evloev to take him down, outpoint him. Most likely get a decision victory. Jake Collier versus Tom Aspinall. Now, Jake Collier used to fight at middleweight, and now he's took this fight at heavyweight. And if you've seen the weigh-ins, he is huge. He weighed in at 264. I mean, what the fuck? He just looks in awful shape. And I was actually taping this fight, and I thought Jake Collier was going to be a good underdog. I thought he could maybe come in around 220 mark, you know, be late in his feet, possibly outpoint Aspinall, who, if the fight goes past round 1, he tends to lose the fight, usually. But yeah, Aspinall he's a guy that trains under Team Cowboy in Liverpool with Darren Till. He is actually one of Tyson Fury's sparring partners. He has really good boxing, and he's very light on his feet. I do rate him. I just think he's crushed cans, and that's why he's looked this good. But still, I just think Jake Collier, I mean, he hasn't fought in 3 years. Where the fuck's he been? Why is he weighing in at 264? Why is he so out of shape? It's just bad. I think Aspinall is being thrown a bone by the UFC here. He probably knocks out Collier, because he just has the advantage on the feet. If he backs him up against the cage, he probably starches him in the first round, Aspinall. Yeah, so I mean, Aspinall's odds are quite high, but I mean, if you want to play him by knockout, it's decent odds, plus 125. Yeah. So next fight, Nicolas Dalby versus Jesse Ronson. I'm seeing a lot of people, don't know what's going on here, but they're for maintenance during this. Fuck's sake, my luck. Alright. Where are we? Topology just goes under maintenance when I'm trying to break down the card, which is annoying, but we'll use Wikipedia for now. Alright, Nicolas Dalby, decision win over Alex Oliveira in his last fight. He's good. I like him. Has good output and stuff, but I don't really like how high of a favourite he is in this fight. Even though I do think Jesse Ronson is done. I mean, he is, what age is he now? 34, and he's been fighting since he was like 18, so he has a lot of miles on his clock here, and you know, he hasn't fought in the UFC since 2014. He doesn't hold out winnings at the UFC. I don't think he's a live dog in this one. I think Nicolas Dalby gets it done. I'm seeing a lot of people say Ronson's a live dog and stuff, and they're betting him. Nah, personally, nah, I could, not a chance. Especially with the miles Ronson has on him. I think Dalby possibly outworks him on the feet, and you know, gets a decision victory because he has the advantage in the stand-up department here. Yeah, so he's 2-5. I mean, I don't really like the odds. I would personally like him around the I don't know, like 160 mark. It would be good. I'd like that, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna play him, and I'm not gonna reveal my plays because it obviously is paid. So make of that what you will. Shit, where'd the card go? Fuck. Alright. Francisco Trinaldo versus Herbert. This is a fight I taped last week because I thought Trinaldo would have been a good bet, but no. He's also missed weight for this fight. He came in at 160. I mean, he's very old now. He's 41. It's a bit rough for him. That is, but you know, he hasn't really slowed down that much. Dominant decision win over John McDessie and Bobby Green. He lost the Alex Hernandez fight, but you could argue he won it, definitely. Now, when I watch Jay Herbert, I'm very impressed with his stand-up. He's this lengthy, rangy guy, has good boxing, very sniper-like approach. I think actually Trinaldo's in trouble if he stands up for 3 rounds against Jay Herbert. We haven't seen Trinaldo finished inside the UFC, but you know, I don't know. Jay Herbert, I just think he's good. I like him. I like his stand-up. I like his range. I just think if Trinaldo doesn't go for the takedowns, I think Jay Herbert's very live dog on this fight. I did like Jay Herbert at 6-4, but I just held off. I don't know why. He's now down to 5-4. I'm not going to play him. But I think this fight's a good one for live betting. You know, Jay Herbert can, even if he is on the back foot, he can still outstrike Trinaldo. So I just think if Trinaldo doesn't get the fight to the ground, I think Jay Herbert can, you know, he can hit him with those rangy 1-2s for 15 minutes and just point him. But, you know, we'll see. I think his odds have passed now for a bet, but Jay Herbert's a live dog in this one, so I think he possibly wins by decision. I'm gonna go with. Alright, so next, Khamzat Chimaev versus Rhys McKee, who is from a couple of miles up the road from me. This is a bad fight for Rhys McKee to come in the UFC. You just seen Khamzat Chimaev absolutely destroy John Phillips, and see, when I was watching like his fights in Brave and stuff, he just came across to me as this monster, deadly on the ground, major ground and pound, and then if the ground and pound doesn't warrant the finish, he goes for the sub. I think it's a terrible fight for Rhys McKee. I like Chimaev by finishing this one. I'm not surprised at the odds, to be honest. I really do rank Chimaev. I really do rate him. I think he's good. I think he's just going to maul Rhys McKee in this one, which is reflected in the odds. So I've got Chimaev by sub or TKO there in that one. Paul Craig versus Gadzhimurad Antigulov. Alright, Burju Paul Craig. He's an interesting one. I thought he lost the fight to Shogun here. The people he holds wins over in the UFC now are all, they don't belong in the UFC anymore, apart from Ankalaev. So make of that what you will. Paul Craig's a flick. I actually rate Antigulov. I just think he gasses hard. I think he's good in the ground. I just don't think he goes in there with a real plan. Like, he just, seeing the Kutlava fight, he gassed within about 3 minutes. But as I say, I do rate him on the ground. I think he will take Paul Craig down here, and I think, I don't know, I just can't see Paul Craig having an answer from his back, even though he is good off the ground from his back. I just think Antigulov, you know, gets on top, works, and possibly gets a finish. We've seen with Antigulov, when he is on the ground, and he's on the ground for a prolonged period of time, he doesn't really get tired. But see, when he's constantly going for takedowns, he gets tired. Seen in the Kutlava fight. Paul Craig won't get back up on his feet here, I don't think. Once Antigulov takes him down, I think he'll stay on top of him for 5 minutes, or for as long as he gets a finish. So I've got Antigulov by sub in this one. Carla Esparza versus Marina Rodriguez. It's an interesting fight. Carla Esparza is a more credentialed fighter here, but I think a bit of recency bias is going on with Marina Rodriguez. Her last fight was a draw. Actually did have it as a draw myself, against Calvillo, but Calvillo took her down at will, sort of, when she wanted to in round 3. I just think her takedown defense is very overrated. She is really good on the feet. She has that Muay Thai style. Carla Esparza is in trouble if she stays in the feet for a prolonged period of time against Rodriguez, but I think Carla Esparza really comes out here and gets the takedowns across 3 rounds, stays on top, and does her work. She is an underdog right now, but I think the line's a wee bit too wide, sort of, for Rodriguez. No, I think Esparza gets it done in this one. Most likely by decision. Alright, so next fight is Werdum versus Gustafsson. If you're asking me, Werdum looked absolutely trash in his last fight against Oleinik. He got beat on the feet against Oleinik. He came out of shape. Just looked terrible, really. And I think he is a USADA victim. Ever since USADA came in, he's looked like shit. I mean, I just don't think he wins this fight. I don't think his takedowns are there anymore because he doesn't have that athleticism to get people down. Gustafsson's takedown defense is very good. He's a good wrestler. He's just not good off his back when people gets him down. So unless Gustafsson slips on a banana peel, I think he's just going to piece Werdum up. I really think Werdum's shot to pieces. That's why he wants out of UFC. That's why he wants the places like Ryzen, so he can juice up again. And go back to like the 2014 Werdum, where he was annihilating people because he was juiced up. And he always still does have this unbelievable jiu-jitsu game. 5-time world jiu-jitsu champion. Not taking that away from him, but this is MMA here. I do think Gustafsson just TKOs him more decision. Pieces him up on the feet for as long as it lasts. But Gustafsson, he hasn't really shown the killer instinct in him in his last few fights. So I'm going to go with decision here for Gustafsson. Next fight, Shogun versus Little Nog. Shogun has beat Little Nog twice now. He fought him in 2015 and he fought him back in the Pride days. The Pride one is a great fight, but I think Shogun is being sort of overlooked here. I'm seeing a lot of people coming out and playing Little Nog. Don't know what they're thinking. Little Nog's 44. He looked like trash against Ryan Span, and he somehow managed to knock out Sam Alvey. I mean, he has 2 wins in his last 5 fights. He's shot. I just think Shogun's going to come out here, go on to his wrestling game, which has been utilising over the past couple of years, and taking Little Nog down, staying on top, and most likely either ground and pound finish in the 2nd or 3rd round or decision. But I think, to be fair, I do think Shogun is, if he does just trade on the feet with Little Nog, especially in the 1st round, it's sort of dangerous because Little Nog still has his power, even though he is shot, as these light heavyweights and heavyweights tend to do. So Shogun by, gonna go with decision, but it could be like a 3rd round TKO, as I say. Alright, so don't have much time left. I'm gonna keep this very quick, this last fight, as quick as I can. Right, so Robert Whittaker, he looked like trash against Israel Adesanya. See all this blitz coming in, just swinging hooks. That plays into Darren Till's game plan. Darren Till's just going to be shooting that 1-2 down the pipe. And see if you watch Whittaker, he doesn't really have any jab crosses combination. Everything's hooks and high kicks, I think Darren Till can, hit the 1-2s all night, connect fat left hand, and probably knock out Whittaker, to be honest. But I'm not sure. I think it's a hard fight to call. It's a toss-up, but I am going to go with Darren Till. Had to be really quick for this fight, but thanks everyone for watching out. Now, if you want to become a member, hit me up on Twitter so we can get you in Discord.